Welcome to this week's Eternal Monday. Today is a new edition of First Drafts where we have a serious deck taking on a meme. I am the author of both of these decks, so I will explain both of them today. And my friend Caleb here is going to be piloting the non-meme deck. So
You said serious. How serious is it?
it's serious. It's so serious that it's been thrown through a drapery. So anyway, here we go. So the way this deck works basically is you have Pichu, and Pichu has Playground as its attack. This deck does want to try to go second if it can. With that, you're going to use Playground, and you're going to basically have both players fill their benches. So that this deck uses the opportunity to fill its bench with Playground, throw a bunch of Pokemon on the bench. Typically, that's going to be as many Silicobra as you did not prize, however many that may be. And then throughout the game, you'll be using Green's Exploration to fish your Sandacondas and anything else you need via your trainer cards. So you have a Luxury Ball, you fish it off of Greens, pull it out. And then the big attacker in this deck, as you've probably guessed now, is Sandaconda. The attack we're using here is called Big Sand Canon. Big Sand Canon does 60 times damage. You're going to discard the top 6 cards of your deck. This attack does 60 damage for each fighting energy you discard in this way. So ideally, by the time you're using this attack, you are down to basically just fighting energy in your deck. This deck does run a few fighting energy, and by a few, I mean 26 of them.
Yeah.
26 fighting energy in this deck. Like I said, this is a bit of a meme, but look, we have fun here, okay? We're going to have fun.
I mean, at least it's not half the deck. You're 4 short of half the deck.
So the deck also does run 4 copies of Energy Recycler and 4 copies of Super Rod to try to make sure that it does not deck out, and also maximizes the number of fighting energy that are in deck as it is attacking. There are a couple of other cards I'd like to highlight real quick here. There is Minun with the minus charge. If you are familiar with Oricorio-GX or the upcoming Fezandipity EX, this is a much earlier edition of that sort of effect. So when one of your Pokemon is knocked out, you're able to draw 2 prize cards off of the Pokepower minus charge. So Minun lets you draw 2 cards when one of your Pokemon is knocked out. And the only other card I'd like to highlight very quickly here is a card called Focus Sash. Focus Sash is a Pokemon tool card that says if the fighting Pokemon this card is attached to has full HP and would be knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, that Pokemon is not knocked out and its remaining HP becomes 10. Basically, if your opponent can't find a way to deal with Focus Sash, suddenly Sandaconda is a 2-shot instead of a 1-shot, and seeing as Sandaconda only has 130 HP, it's pretty good. As for our other deck here, our other deck is Ultra Necrozma. Ultra Necrozma is a deck that I very much enjoyed when it was out in the Sun and Moon era, and I try to create some of the love for that deck here in the Eternal format. So for Sandaconda, of course, we have... For Ultra Necrozma, of course, we have the Ultra Necrozma itself, just a single copy here. Its attack, Photon Geyser, attacks, does, for a Psychic and Metal Energy, does 20 plus damage, and you can discard all Psychic Energy attached to Ultra Necrozma, and then for each card you're discarding off of it with that effect, we're going to do 80 more damage. So you can ramp up that damage fairly quickly with Ultra Necrozma. Ultra Necrozma can take very large knockouts. Now, interestingly, in this particular matchup, Ultra Necrozma is probably not going to be our attacker of choice. That's typically going to fall to Giratina, who can one-shot the Sandacondas with its Shadow Impact attack. Shadow Impact does 130 damage, and you're going to put 4 damage counters on one of your Pokemon. Now, the cool thing about Giratina is that it brings itself back to life, if you will. It has Distortion Door, which means if it's in the discard pile, it can pull itself onto the bench, and then when it does that, it drops a damage counter on each of 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. So not only does it bring itself back, it also is a menace of itself, makes a menace of itself in the first place. Another interesting card in this deck is Dimension Valley. It says each Psychic Pokemon's attacks, both yours and opponents, cost colorless energy less. So here with Giratina, if you have Dimension Valley in play instead of Psychic colorless, for Shadow Impact you just need 2 Psychic energy. And a couple other attackers here, we have Necrozma V, which is much more useful, of course, in bulkier opponent's decks, but still worth looking at here. Its big attack is Special Laser, which does 100 damage. And if there are any special energy attached to Necrozma, then it does an additional 120 damage. You do a decent amount of damage off of Necrozma V. And this deck is running both a Holland's Magneton and a Mystery Energy. Mystery Energy, of course, is going to give our second Pokemon free retreat. And then here we also have an attacker, but this is primarily in the deck not for attacking, but for its ability Invasion. Invasion says that you, once per turn, can force Donamix Necrozma into the active spot. And this is important for us because our Malamar which is how we're getting all of our energy on these Pokemon, only can attach psychic energy from our discard pile to our benched Pokemon. So if our Pokemon that we need to put a bunch of energy on is in the active spot, like this Necrozma here, and it's just discarded all of its psychic energy, it's not going to be doing damage really, except the one can attach from hand if we have one in hand. So we can force this Dominates Necrozma in the active spot so that no Ultra Necrozma is on the bench. We can then attach a bunch of energy to it. And then if this has something like a Float Stone attached to it, or if we Guzma, then we can put the Ultra Necrozma back into the active spot and nuke something else. And finally, our ace spec of choice in this deck is Unfair Stamp, because why let your opponent have their hand? That's really why. But yeah, that is the first draft for Ultra Necrozma. And for Sandaconda, we're going to get shuffled back. We're going to get shuffled up. I'll be right back. All right, I'm going second, so
And I will take the one mulligan.
okay.
All right. Let's do it. I'm 10 damage off from killing your Pichu. Drop it.
Donk.
I can't attack.
Okay. Quick ball.
Mhm.
Or. Okay.
Nice.
Um. Hmm. Mysterious treasure.
Okay.
Question mark.
The Mysterious Treasure is going to discard Holland's Magneton. Holland's Magneton is in that deck primarily to act as a special energy. So it has an effect, it's not an ability, but it has an effect that says that you can attach it to one of your Pokemon that already has an energy attached to it. You'll return that energy to your hand, and then Holland's Magneton becomes what's effectively a double rainbow energy.
Good card.
Oh, it's great.
Hmm. We'll grab Dominus Necrozma.
Okay.
I wish we had the deck list pulled up. Do it. Engage.
I will hold my hand.
Okay. Unknown E.
Eek.
I don't think it matters, but do you have to, like, is the order sequence on the card, your opponent has to decide whether to do it or not first?
Your opponent goes first, and then you do it.
Yeah, but I mean, since the interaction doesn't really matter.
What?
It's a beautiful hand.
No, not really.
That was sarcasm, sir.
Moonlight Stadium. Juana's Fishing Rod. Bring the Magneton back in. Support navigation.
Can you send me a supporter?
That's my first turn.
Oh, right. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're putting it down.
Carmine.
So I'll go like this. But you can. Because Carmine. Busted card. That card's so good.
One of.
For especially aggressive decks, it's really, really good. And that's what Lapras is for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Carmine.
Are you happy?
The deck list doesn't get up to date.
Cost of digital Pokemon is 0. Okay. This is such a weird hand. Touch for turn.
Okay.
Maybe?
Question mark?
Sure. Touch for turn. And then pass.
Draw for turn. I bet you know what my top deck was.
What are you going to say that I was taking a drink?
If it's not an energy, I'm very surprised.
Green's Exploration. For Green's Exploration. God damn it. Why is the card I want always prized?
When you greens for greens.
I mean, that's pretty common. Actually, my pricing might be extremely bad. Let's see here.
What is that?
Pretty bad. Oh, it's less bad than I thought. It's still bad, but not as bad.
The picture needs to attack to do its thing, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh no, he knows that I'm price checking.
Somebody insert a SpongeBob 3 hours later.
I mean, it feels like it. I am not gonna shuffle because I'm about to go back in. So that stays there. No, it stays there. Okay, and then you ready to see my crazy busted move here? Playground. Let's put P2 to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to drop 1, 2, 3 Silicobra, and seems dangerous, but I'll probably do it anyway because rules. And we'll then these out of the deck.
Beat you! And you get nothing because you already filled your bench.
And then I'm going to flip for sleep because that was an attack.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, tips. Yeah.
Okay.
Do they have the modified baby rule where if they're asleep, they
Just-
can't be attacked? Or
They
not take no
prevent
damage?
damage.
Yep. Draw. Bruh. Floatstone.
Yes.
Evolve.
He's doing things.
Oh heck no.
Mentioned Valley.
Ah, crap.
Research. I wish I could find energy.
Why am I hearing Phoenix Wright music?
Well, it heard me. Blood crystal. I'm gonna go back in. Football.
Did it touch it from this card? Malamar?
Yes.
Yeah. Malamar's like Buffy. Keeps itself as like electric.
Cycle Turbo.
Grab Inkay.
This is really like Parallel City dropping Lapras in an M. Field Blower.
You choose your wall.
It's probably gonna get his this next go. Hoping he gets his this next go.
Patch for turn.
He's about to terrorize all my P2 anyway.
How dare you? You're just so cute.
I wanted him out of the deck, which is why I put him down, but it might have been a mistake anyway.
You don't. Do you have a choice? Like you'd fail.
Like a creature.
You don't have to, it says as many as you want, so I could have left him in there, but then they would reduce my damage, which I don't know if I want. So it's not ideal either way. I wanted them out of the deck, but
Prismatic Ray. Here.
I'm gonna flip for sleep.
Hmm.
Okay. Draw off a turn. 1, 2,
Hyper Aroma Hoop.
3. Yeah, I was complaining because my Hyper Realm was prized, but I mean,
You don't
alright,
really need it, I guess.
this time. Can I do anything about this? Answer: you can cry about it.
If you played a Switch, you could.
I think I had a rope in here at one point, and I think I got cut.
I love how I could actually say that sentence without even looking at the deck list.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're not going in for greens.
No, I don't think so. Really worth the effort. Pass.
Let's go.
Great. Just what I thought.
It beat you. You wake up at the wrong time, bro.
You, how much melatonin did they give you?
Touch for turn.
That was not supposed to be the main attack.
Curious treasure.
Necrozma?
Yeah.
Me?
No, dominance.
But I can still put in good work.
I
The
don't
thing is,
know.
with this deck, anything can be an attacker. Malamar can be the attacker if it wants to be.
What about unknown need?
I mean, sure.
Hidden power for 10.
You didn't say it was a good attacker.
For the walls. Nightly garbage run. For just that.
Stop wasting cards.
And then research. Fog crystal.
Mhm.
13.
My doom has been spelled.
3 prizes?
Hmm?
3 prizes off the Pichus?
I mean, he can't bench it right now, but the second I do anything, that's Pichu dead. So, unless he doesn't take the knockout now.
Why would he take the knockout if you just...
2 price cards.
I'm saying, like, those are assured price cards as soon as you open up bench space. So.
We're gonna prismatic ray. We'll do these 2.
So, Pichu's knocked out. This as. Okay. Draw off return.
Am I crazy? Or does that say 40?
It does say 40.
And
I was like, that is not that Pichu.
I did the math for that one and put it on the other one. I have the brain.
Brain.
Brain fail.
Oh, that should have 20.
Yes, it should because it's in the active spot. And it's not asleep this time.
Much fall.
Teammates.
For 2 fighting energy.
Man, switch would be really nice right
He
now.
has free retreat. He's fine.
Still want to switch and switch
Me
cards.
This is Karen. It's wide lens.
Who are you?
Wide lens is funny on each turn.
Yeah, I know.
Wide
That's
lens
mean.
flying flip is so funny.
That's very mean. But it's-
Those 2 cards would be the best cards ever printed for Pokemon.
Best cards. Best cards.
The best,
Best
cards.
cards.
Completely.
Best cards, yeah. Never believe how good these cards are. They're the best cards. We make the best cards here. We put the best cards.
Only the best cards.
Only the best cards.
Only the best cards.
That's why we're playing Pichu.
Do not disrespect Chew.
Alright, how much damage are we gonna get through?
Easy 36 right now.
I haven't attached yet, right? Might as well.
No, you attached to this one.
Did I?
Turn, yeah.
Okay, then. Yeah, so we're just gonna spin the wheel. I need what, 4 to do a knockout?
5, I resist.
Ooh. You resist 30. If it weren't 20,
Yeah,
I'd be fine.
this is 20. That one's 30 though.
Big Sand Cannon for 1,
Boo.
2, damn it,
Oh,
All right.
3, 4,
Damn.
5. Why? 6. Why? One? Really?
That's wild.
I feel like we found the flaw in the
wow.
deck.
30 damage, huh?
You know what?
Hey, I can only,
Now those are 5 more cards that are not in there for next time.
I was gonna say you've thinned them out.
Draw.
Good Lord, they all came out at once too.
How many cards do you have in hand?
Probably not enough. 5.
5.
One recycler, one super rod down now.
There's like only one freaking energy. That's so ridiculous.
Telling you, 75% energy is the way to go. It's just the CB damned.
Hmm. There's not really a reason for me to do anything, honestly. Prismatic
taunting
Ray, 20 and 20.
He's taunting you.
And 20 to the egg.
Does the band need
Full health.
full health?
Turn.
Big whammy, big damage. Based on the current position of your cards, what would you have done?
Hmm?
Like the top cards, how much damage would you have done on the next one? 30.
300.
That's awesome.
I feel your pain. I feel your pain.
300.
Why couldn't that happen before?
That would have been crazy.
Oh, yeah, but it has to be that one.
Big damage, no whammy. Big damage, no whammy.
Shush.
He only has to hit 4 now, so.
How are your percentages? How confident are you?
Well, with my luck, since I'm not Ryan, I'll probably hit freaking 5 trainers again.
Because he didn't have the 30.
Alright.
It's because he didn't have the 27th.
Declare your
energy.
attack.
Big Sand Canon. Of course.
Ah.
2,
1,
3. Why? 4.
2.
Really?
Wow. Wow.
Couldn't be one recycler in a freaking.
That's so bad.
That's mean.
So that's 180. So I'm up to.
Not enough energy in the deck.
Up to 180. Jeez.
There's plenty of energy. There's 26 freaking energy in the deck.
Draw.
I just can't hit any of them.
Should be 40.
Watch all
Serious
three.
treasure.
This is like 6 energy or 5 energy and a Silicobra. That's probably what it is.
Got Necrozma putting in work.
For real.
I mean, it disabled focus status and took a couple knockouts, so
Invasion.
spank me.
We've been invaded by the other Necrozma.
And then Dark Flash.
Which does
Flash.
Dark Flash does 120 and what?
Isn't affected by resistance. You haven't seen JJK, right?
Mhm.
God, John.
For turn.
Is that an energy?
Shut up. I can top deck them. I just can't freaking hit them on Big Sand Cannon. Green's exploration.
So they're doing their very best to.
They're showing up. Just not when they should show up.
Is there any recycling?
That's his last recycler, too, I think.
I've only seen 3 with that one. One, 2, 3. Oh, you're right. It is the last recycler.
Sorry. What's your energy ratio looking like? Okay.
5 in.
So this Dawn Wings is about to die, is what I'm hearing.
No,
With
I'll
his
hit all
luck?
of the things that aren't energy.
You need 1, right? Oh wait, no, downwing. Sorry. How many do you need?
He needs
4, right?
4. Yeah. 4.
So yeah, 4 should be enough. Which means I'll hit 3.
And if resistance in there?
Minus 20, but it's 4 either way. No, it would be 3, but because of the resistance, it's 4.
I see. Say 180.
Yeah, 180. Back when HPs were somewhat reasonable still.
Yeah, this is before tag teams. BTC.
Like, you can just see the scaling between these two cards alone.
I think I threw away a Necrozma V once. It looked at me funny.
All right, time to whip it. Big Sand Cannon for 1,
1,
2,
2,
3. Knockout.
Yippee!
4, 5.
You know what it did? It's like, I'll give you the knockout, but it's going to cost you a super round.
That's funny. We'll promote Unknown E. Let's draw. We're gonna Distortion Door and knock out the Pichu and do 10 of the other Sandaconda. We're gonna touch return here, Psychic Recharge. Except for Psychic Recharge. So, Psychic Recharge. There and there.
You don't play any dusting, do you?
Battle Compressor?
And like the Smash Brothers announcer for some cards.
Team Flare Gear. Sandaconda. Unknown E.
Sandaconda.
Sandaconda. This Sandaconda don't want none.
Retreat. And then Shadow Impact for knockout.
I don't impact for screw you.
4 damage to Lepers.
Cool.
Does it do 4 damage or 1 damage?
4.
It's 4 every time you attack?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to take prizes.
Double Super Odd. I still have resistance. Teammates. For the Sandaconda and the Silk Cobra, probably.
It's 82 cards, right?
That text so funny. Not my stadium. Hyper Aroma.
Adding the price cards in. Okay. There is exactly 1 card in this deck right now that is not a fighting energy.
Yeah.
Which means that I will hit that first.
What is it?
Pichu.
It's a Pichu. I mean, even if you do hit it, I'm dead, so.
Okay. I know I'm being a little foul, but I'm actually having fun. It's just ridiculous as well. All right. Big Sand Cannon for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course not.
That's funny.
He's still in there.
Just means they don't screw up another knockout.
Cool. I guess I just prevent this, right? Draw. Distortion Door. Into the Silver Cobra.
Cobra.
Psychic Recharge.
Trick for baby goats.
One's Magneton.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like it's in there in the deck for just that reason or something.
Good
No,
bro.
but it might as well be.
Shadow Impact from it.
And for one, the
I mean, I don't know would have done it, but okay. So my prizes were kind of ass. I'm just gonna say, the Hyper Aroma and the Silk Cover Ring prize were really bad.
Yeah.
Because if Hyper Aroma hadn't been prized, I could have cleared all those out of the deck really early. Thankfully, I still ruined them most of them, but like I could have gotten other cards instead of being forced to try to go after them specifically.
Yeah.
well, we saw what it's supposed to do.
It's supposed
Yeah.
to be funny.
Let's see. I mean, it is funny.
Big.
One, oh, look at that.
That would have been your draw for turn.
That's true.
Okay.
And then
Big
I'd have
Sand
had-
Canon.
I'd have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'd have had
3 cards.
deck
in
out. That's what I'd
Which
had.
if you're out of Super Rods and
Yeah, because they all got milled.
yeah.
I couldn't get them into my hand fast enough. Yeah,
I didn't need him.
not this matchup. Although his attack point is not terrible. So that is Ultra Necrozma, and that is Sandaconda from Battle Styles with Big Sand Canon. I'm gonna pause the recording for just a moment, and we'll look at the deck lists here in just a moment. All right, up first is Sandaconda's deck list, which is 1.5 lines, as has been pointed out. Yeah, the mine never got to play because it was in prize cards, which is sad. Sad face. Hyper Aroma would have been really cool if I'd seen it, early on in the game. Focus Sash would have been great if the 20 damage tag didn't nullify it. Overall, if you feel like having a meme, this is a meme. Have some fun. Don't take it seriously because it's a meme.
Needs more energy.
Question. Compared to the Cramorant deck, how would you rate
This
this?
is much better than Cramorant. Cramorant was
Okay.
awful. Yeah, this is way better. If you were to try to force an extra energy in here, I would probably cut the Focus Sash and just put another energy. And maybe even the mine in. Yeah. And then the other deck list is Ultra Necrozma. Ultra Necrozma, of course, a little bit more busy than the other deck list here.
More than twice the number of lines.
Yes, there are almost 4 full lines. 3.5 and change, I guess. Yeah, we kind of explained this deck already when we were looking at the deck list at the beginning of the profiles here. I mentioned Mystery Energy when you for your treat. That's there. You got to see Holland's Magneton in action with that Giratina play. Really cool stuff. Force Sealson, of course, in there. Unknown E with Engage, giving that early out to a shuffle draw 4 for my opponent. Really, really good. Lapras, of course, getting that support card. Overall, the deck does work. Does run 3 copies of Malamar. Didn't quite have room for the 4th. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
So one good meme for
Okay, couple corrections. First correction, as I have been repeatedly given notice by my friends here. I keep saying Mystery Energy gives free retreat. It acts like a free retreat for most Pokemon in the deck, but it does not actually give free retreat. It does not set the retreat cost to 0. It just reduces it by 2. So do keep that in mind as you're playing the deck. The other thing is, you'll notice the deck list changed from a second ago till now. That's because one of the cards has been cut already, and the deck list did not reflect that. So it is now the current and correct deck list. The Necrozma-GX was pulled out of the deck, and a Technical Machine Devolution was put in its place. Technical Machine Devolution is just much better for the deck overall because you're spreading damage, kind of causing havoc in general. So that is the corrected version of Ultra Necrozma's deck list, and the corrected explanation for Mystery Energy. Overall, though, deck does work. It can be very devastating. It is a little slow, I think, for some decks in the Eternal format. Some decks in the Eternal format are just extremely fast. I'm looking at you, Rapid Striker, shoot with you next. But yeah, overall, it's still good, and it can knock stuff out pretty devastating. Like that 80 times multiplier on Ultra Necrozma is really good. We obviously didn't get to see the 80 times multiplier in this game because why? Why would you do that? But I mean, you get the idea. It's available. This is a very toolboxy deck. You have options. But that is it for today's Eternal video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you had some fun with this meme deck facing off against a real deck and getting run over and having my hopes and dreams crushed every time I did a Big Sand Cannon for 5 trainer cards and an energy. Anyway, again, that's it. Again, hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one.